Hi guys and gals, this is NovaCookie232 and welcome to another session, because there's going to be multiple parts, of Minecraft Infinity Survival, or yes, Minecraft Infinity Survival. That's what I'm going to be referencing it as during the video. So, I've made some changes, as you can probably see, because the system I had was crap previously, frankly, definitely. Well, the first change that not unrelated to this, at least for now, machines at least for now, is that I took out this piece of glass, so it's all just you can just look out here and look out and fall out if you wanted to anyway. Mainly because I think I could make these separate kind of modules or sections, which are specifically for that purpose, just for more space, and also I can go up. I've also moved the position of the solar panels to more of an array kind of sense. This just makes it easier for me to get the power from the solar panels to the back boxes and through. Because it's kind of like got wires in there and through there. Then we've got 3 wires here because we've got 2 back boxes here. Then we've got 2 back boxes here. This is simply to make sure that there's 3 wires, and 3 wires. No energy is lost, which is very important for this kind of thing at the moment. So I haven't got a stream amount of power at the moment because I'm doing a bunch of stuff. So I've got all the irons that I need now. I've been trying to make. Oh, look at that! Look at that amount of rubber. Damn, a lot of rubber. I need a lot of rubber. I've been going into the windmill. Oh, sorry, the kinetic wind generator. Not like the windmill's the old version of it, the less useful version of it. But I've been looking into making the kinetic wind generator. So first, of course, we made the kinetic generator, and that generates power, generates electric power from kinetic stuff. Power output, so you can output a lot of power out of it, and this is what is used to put onto the kinetic wind generator, so that the kinetic units can be converted into EU, which we can use in our machines. Then we of course need to make the kinetic wind generator, which is simple: 2 shafts, which is 2 blocks of iron, a block of iron each, an extruding setting on the metal former, and then we've got a basic machine casing, which is 8 iron plates. So we've made a kinetic wind generator. The next thing I've been making is iron rotor blades. So this is not the I needed 4 of these. I'll show you why. This is not the bit we need to add on to it. This is a component of the bit we need to add on to the wind generator so it can generate wind. So if I remember correctly, we need to make a rotor. Need to add a rotor or kinetic gearbox rotor. I'm going to skip the wooden tier because I think that it's I don't know. I think it. I don't find it. I think we have the ability to skip it. So let's go and click on this. So we need, of course, enough iron blades. We've got 4 iron blades, but we also need a shaft of iron. So let's put that in the pattern, and I believe we have enough for a shaft of iron. I only smelted just over half of the overall iron I had not yet smelted, so it's not an extremely costing process. So in an extruding setting, as you can see, a block of iron will get turned into or extruded into a shaft, an iron shaft. And there we go, we have a kinetic gearbox rotor. Now, kinetic gearbox rotors have a lifespan, as you can see of the little bar at the bottom. Each have a different lifespan, and each kind of produce a different amount of power, or can handle a different amount of wind, as you could probably imagine. Wood, least amount of wind, but you can see the units at the requirements minimum and the requirements max on each one yourselves. But this depends really where you put the kinetic wind generator, if it's really high, if it's really low. It really does depend. So what we want, going back to the point that, how long they last. The wood one only lasts 3 in real life hours. So when 3 real life hours are passed, it dies. It no longer is usable. It kind of the bar gets depleted. The iron one is I believe a day, like 24 or 12 hours. I'm not too sure, but it's around that time. It's significantly more. So I don't have to worry too much because to get a day in Minecraft, an actual in real life day, 24 hours or even half day, is a lot harder than actually having a Minecraft day, for example. Oh, look, these are filled up. And as you can see, power gets kind of fed. And it also means I can put machines on top as well if I need to. But this generator is just for backup if I need to generate more power. So that puts power into the grid, kind of grid of power. So what we want to do now is, of course, go ahead and start creating the system. So I guess we need wires which doesn't really lose a lot of power. I'm not strictly sure if if the cable that I'm thinking of is still in this. Yes, it is. The glass fiber cable. Yeah, still it requires a lot of stuff. I don't think I want to make. Oh wait, how do you make redstone dust? No, diamond dust. To make diamond dust, we just literally smash it up. Smash 5 diamonds up to make 9 of these. This makes 1 fiberglass cable. Yeah, I think I'm not going to go down that route for obvious reasons. I think I'll go down the route of using copper because I've got a lot of copper. So let's use a bunch of copper. And let's go ahead and have it's extruding. I think it will turn it straight into a copper cable and give us more for our money. Oh yeah, that's cool. There you go, 3 rather than 2, which is great. So, what else do we need to do? We need to, of course, insulate that cable, and after this, we can then show it back into the grid, our grid of power, which I think we could do it in some way by connecting it through here. That's a curious thing. I'm actually quite curious about something. Let's get insulation. I don't think we're going to need really more than that. Grab the cable. Does the cables link? They do link. They do link, which is great. Doesn't mean that it means I don't have to have anything in between it. So the reason I've prepared myself with a lot of cable, or the potential to have a lot of cable, is so that I can move the windmill up at least a little bit. Because windmills work at a better rate if they're higher, or there's a random chance of the wind that will effectively be hit by the rotor, hit the rotor. But there's some other things like the heights, type of weather and such. But yeah, there's some things that can that can change what the wind generator generates. So we first need to put down a kinetic generator. And now we've got the big side kinetic generator. So we've got the rotor. So the rotor is on this side, unfortunately. I know EU is being generated. So it's outputting 188 KU per, that's fine. I just need to rotate it. I've also made an electric wrench. I will explain this. Oh no, no. I'll explain how this works later. But for the moment, I'll just say it's basically the same as a bronze wrench, just electric. I think you probably already guessed that. So, as you can assume, the big circular side probably needs to be touching the, oh god, come on, the lowest I can find. The big circular side needs to be touching the actual generator's kind of thing. But I need to be looking in the direction the rotor is going to be. Of course, the rotor can't rotate because of the obstructions. It does actually listen to obstructions. There you go. That's generating. This is generating EU 48.8 EU per tick. Now, the problem with this EU is, I'm going to take out this rotor just for a second, is if it's it's outputting that much, which is fine. But this machine, actually, it does depend how much it can output, so I don't think I have to worry too much about this. But let's just shove a cable. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine because this can take 128 units per tick, EU units per tick. Let's just shove the kinetic thing back on. And just drag the cable down. Now, hopefully this won't blow up our machines. Hopefully. We can test it with one machine. We can test it with the generator. Or one of the bat boxes. That's fine. Because connecting it to our whole system probably isn't a good idea, because it will, in fact, blow up all of our machines if it is connected to it through a wire. So just going down. So this is why I used copper cable, by the way, simply because a lot of EU is lost in the process, but I guess you can kind of expect that. Hopefully not a large amount of EU. I can probably be more efficient about it, but if a lot of EU is given from this, then I would call it a victory nonetheless. Oh, okay, so let's grab. There was no more. I swear there was things smelting. There was actual copper smelting. Maybe I've been going crazy. Maybe all of it just got smelted. I'm not sure. Metal or formed into a metal. So, whilst we're waiting for this to extrude, oh no, stop lagging, please. What machine do we want to blow up first? The compressor hasn't been blown up. Oh, well, yeah, that's also the downside. It can turn it to a basic machine casing if it's got the chance to do that. Macerator, we can blow up the macerator if needed. It can take up to 32 EU per tick. So, perfect chance to test the machine. And if we blow it up in some way, we can or break it next time we change it. It's fine. There we go. Okay, so it's fine. It can take that machine. Therefore, it's perfectly fine. And I need to fix the compressor, but this is not needed at the moment. I'll also get on to talking about the electric heat generator and the blast furnace later. But at the moment, I'm still working on the kinetic wind generator, which it seems to generate a lot of power. More power than we've so far generated, which is great. Great. Like the Kellogg's man. Oh, look at that. It's raining cables. Hallelujah, it's raining cables. Amen. Okay. Move up. No. There you go. Drag you along. Okay. This bit was pointless anyway. But there we go. So I guess no, that's wrong because power can't go backwards through this process. So it's not probably a good idea doing that. And I was thinking this up. I probably should have gone around the other side, but hey, you know, all for you know, doesn't mean anything. Go around. Okay, so I just literally need one more iron, copper cable, which is annoying. Let's drag it all the way along. I would definitely say, do not follow my advice in terms of cabling. Probably use a higher quality cable if you can. The glass fiber cable is the best to use in this situation, by the way, because it's loses EU for almost. Like it almost doesn't lose EU. There we go. Oh, look at that. So the solar panels will be generating and filling this back box here. Then we've got a second which will be filled by the wind generator, which will subsequently fill these two things. The ones at the back is already a backup if needed. Now I can rebuild my home. Okay, so don't know why everything's that bad. Apologies. Goodbye. Yeah, it's fine. So we've done a lot so far, but next thing we need to do or want to do, compressor is a thing we can do in a bit. Compressor is not really important to me at the moment. I'll see how we can make it if we can make it at this point. Compressor, a stone. Oh, I guess we do actually need to make a compressor. In hindsight, I think we do, and we also need to extrude more copper. So that's that. And use more rubber. So this is the one we're going to make things. Stone. I'm holding stone. I'm a dumbass. There we go. 6 stone. Done. Done, done, done. Done and dusted. So we're going to have to turn these into cables. Get some redstone. And if you can guess what I'm making, I'll give you a medal. No, you know exactly what I'm making. I'm making an electronic circuit. Just finishing off the use of my tools. And then we have electronic circuits. Simple, done, easy. I can now put potatoes in. I've been waiting to put potatoes in there. There we go. And we're done. The compressor. Shove that there. We need the compressor. That's probably generating a lot of power. Problem is I have no way of stopping it, so I'm going to have to use the power as fast as I generate it. Or whatever. I can make more stuff anyway. So this is we had a problem with making reinforced steel or reinforced iron or something like that. Now I found what we were doing wrong. We weren't doing anything wrong at all actually, because both square faces meet right here. So that's got a square. This has got a square face, which is meeting this square face, which is kind of the input, the power input face. All we need to do is generally wait for it to heat up and wait for it to go through this process. This process is incredibly slow from what I've seen. It's getting faster, it'll heat up faster, but from what I've seen, this process is incredibly slow. I don't know how you can speed it up. I'm probably talking a load of crap, but from what I've seen, it's incredibly slow. Yes. During that, because I know this is going to take a while, I think I want to make some tools, some electronic tools. Now, I think this kind of stems from the reason I wanted to make reinforced iron. But we need to make some. We want and need to make some tools. I've already made the electronic wrench, which is a small power unit, which, as you can see, all the components, and a wrench. A small power unit is used in general. So, electric tree tap will also use a small power unit, for example, and a electric hoe will also use a small power unit. Then we have, for example, the mining drill, which, oh, look at that. There's a different mining drill. We've got the mining drill that we're going to create, which is a power unit plus 2, 4, 6 iron plates. The power unit is basically the same as the previous power unit, just with more RE batteries. Yeah, so you can see 3 RE batteries required, each having a full capacity of 10k, and its overall EU capacity of 30k, presume, as you can see. So, we need to make this, of course, because we can then use power as a way of drilling, which I've been wanting to do. Yes. So, first we want to make, I'm going to go and make the big components first, so that we can make the electronic motor, which requires 2 coils, 2 tin item casings, and an iron gut. So, we need to put this in the macerator. And we've got more potatoes, awesome. Always in need of more potatoes.